And still talking security, Nigeria's Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, has received in audience a delegation of the United Nations led by the Special Representative of the UN Secretary General to West Africa and the Sahel, Ibrahim Chambers. The UN delegation is in Nigeria to appraise itself with efforts of the Nigerian military towards combating insurgency in the northeast of the country and the Lake Chad Basin. Again, Clever TV's Chinedu Mbatuegu has the details.
Top representatives of the United Nations to West Africa and the Sahel met with the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, and other principal staff officers of the Nigerian Army. The delegation, led by the United Nations Special Representative to West Africa, Ibrahim Chambers, made it clear that the sole aim to Nigeria was to visit areas affected by Boko Haram and offer words of morale and support to troops, including other forms of vital assistance.
We are here in this context of visits to Boko Haram affected areas, and it is actually pursuant also to UN Security Council Resolution 2349 on support to countries affected by Boko Haram. The objective of this high-level visit is to support in particular states of the Lake Chad Basin region, as well as relevant sub-regional and regional organizations in their efforts to address the effects of violence perpetrated by terrorist groups such as Boko Haram and Islamic State West Africa province, and to see how the UN and the EU and other partners can be effective partners in the fight against violent extremism and terrorism.
Ibrahim Chambers also noted that the United Nations appreciates the efforts of the Nigerian Army in the insurgency fight aimed at restoring peace and security, as well as insurgency stability in countries like Sudan, the Gambia, and Guinea-Bissau.
Once again, to express the appreciation of the UN to the Nigerian Armed Forces for your historical role in engaging in peace operations across the world, not just in Africa. In Africa, it's hardly a successful peace mission that has been undertaken on this continent from time immemorial without the strong participation of Nigerian Armed Forces. I was very proud to have Nigerian officers and men in the United Nations mission in Darfur, UNAMID, when I was leading that mission. And the Nigerian forces there made an impressive and important role in the stabilization of that difficult region of Sudan. Most recently in Guinea-Bissau, in the Gambia, we have seen again your contribution to stabilize countries, to allow them to return to normalcy.
In his remarks, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, while appreciating the United Nations assistance to the Nigerian Army, pledged continued collaboration with the United Nations using the Nigerian Army Multinational Joint Task Force to combat insurgency in the region.
We appreciate the United Nations Office of Central Africa, as well as the European Union role, the office here for the Sahel and West Africa joined together. So we thank you very much. We know that despite the myriads of socio-economic as well as political challenges, you have stood by this region, especially within the Lake Chad region. We appreciate these great efforts. I want to also express our concern, especially your efforts in helping the government of Nigeria under President Muhammadu Buhari to tackle the issue of terrorism and insurgency. I want to also state that we will look at the area of collaboration which you have mentioned, the multinational joint task force is a good platform where this collaboration can be really, coordinated.
The Chief of Army Staff later presented a Nigerian Army staff to the UN representative to West Africa, Iben Chambers. Chinedu Mbatwegu, reporting for Clearview Television.